We've made it into the dog days of summer, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're parents that have kids at home, they're starting to get a little bit antsy because they don't have their friends around as much, or maybe baseball ended, and you're a grandparent, you got the young ones coming into town, you want to entertain them. There's some great options out there, but you don't have to take my word for that. We've got Emily Meager here with us, a content creator with more than 1 million followers. First of all, Emily, that's an incredible number.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's an amazing community, and yeah, we're so excited to be here.
How did you sort of build that number, and how does it relate to kind of what we have in front of us here today?
So my background is that I was a really young mom, and I was looking for resources for my daughter who has a disability, and that was a great place to go. There's just so many educational things on TikTok, there's so many creative things on TikTok, and we kind of built this community of sharing what we're doing with our life, and we get to partner with TikTok on things like this, where they sent us this box for TikTok Summer Camp, which is 4 different DIY activities that you can do over the summer that you can recreate at home. And they're very simple and free. What
is something, of the ones in front of us, how do these work? What are the DIY things? How much does it take to pull this off?
Sure. So the first one is slime. We did that one first. And that is, 3 simple ingredients, and we threw it all together, and the kids have been waking up every single morning and they play with that right before they have their breakfast. It's a great sensory thing. They do it when they're trying to calm down. And then we have the Sandy Beach Garden Zen, which is the very exciting one in front here. And this I love because we have some really cool tools that TikTok sent us, but this is the most fun activity to do at home. We can just take a baking sheet, some utensils, some sand from our local beaches that we have everywhere, collect some seashells at the beach, and then make this fun little activity.
Yeah, you can really pull that one off with nothing but stuff you already have at the house and a trip to the beach.
Absolutely, exactly.
When you decide to do different things to try to keep your young one entertained, where do you look? I understand you've got this community that you've built. Is that where you're going? Are you going online and searching for things? How do you find stuff?
So I love to use TikTok as a search engine where you can, search a hashtag for anything and find so many people that are interested in the same thing. And DIYs is a really great place to find on TikTok. There's so many, it's an endless supply.
Have you found anything specifically this summer that your little one has really gotten into? Is there anything that has really kind of risen above the rest?
Oh, that's a great question. Anything that we can find with things that we already have at home, pretty much. I mean, it's really fun to make these activities out of, not even having to leave the house. It's completely free. We don't have to do an expensive summer camp or something like that. So yeah, we did some tie-dyeing as well, which was really
fun. Oh, that's
fun.
Great. So if somebody wants to do a few of these DIY things, what's the best advice on where to find any of the stuff we have in front of us, or the best advice on kind of how to maybe get that first foot into the DIY summer stuff as you try to keep your kids entertained?
Yeah, so if you go right onto TikTok and search TikTok Summer Camp, it'll come up with camp counselors who they have had make videos showing the supplies, step-by-step guides, and it'll tell you everything right there.
Now, you don't have teenagers yet, but you do have something right here that you were learning about earlier this week. It's called the Digital Safety Partnership for Families. And as somebody that's as online as you are, and your kids are going to be growing into that age group, what is important for parents to know in terms of digital safety, just so that people are aware as this world just keeps kind of changing really fast?
Yeah, so I think that really communication with your kids is super, super important. And I think something like doing crafts and activities with them is a great way to connect with them on their level and really build that bond so that when they do start doing things online, you're a very easy person for them to share information with. You're a safe person for them to come to and communicate with, and that can go through being on these different platforms online and just being able to, have good communication with your kids.
I want you to look at the camera right here, and I want you to tell everybody at home, in case they haven't been able to find you yet, where do they find you? Where can they follow some of your lifestyle brand?
Yeah, so if you go to Amazing Abigail Grace on TikTok or even Instagram, we're right there. And if you walk into Target stores, my daughter is also one of the models there. She's on little crutches or in her wheelchair. So yeah, we do some advocacy stuff everywhere.
That is incredible. You must be such a proud mom.
I am. I really am.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope for the people at home that gives you guys a little bit of an idea of how to make everyday household items something that the little ones can take advantage of, get some of that energy out at home so that they have a thing to do. We are going to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We've got more Coast Life coming up after this.